Hi there, I'm Chris Schleter, master gardener, food writer, and blogger. Gardening and cooking healthy, tasty food is my passion. Welcome to my country kitchen, where we'll cook fresh, fast, and with the best ingredients you can find. Come join me now. We're going to make gingerbread granola now. It's a really good thing to have for the holidays. It's tasty, and there's lots of ways you can eat granola by itself or mix it in or top it with other items that you make. This recipe seems like a lot of ingredients, but it sure is good. I'm going to add 4 cups of old-fashioned oats to a large bowl. And old-fashioned oats are oats that are not instant, so make sure you get the old-fashioned long cooking variety. Then I also need a couple cups of coconut. And you could use regular coconut, you could use unsweetened coconut, you can use large flake coconut, whichever one of those that you prefer. Then I need a cup of raw almonds. And raw almonds do not have any salt or anything on there, just the raw almond. And I also like to put in a little bit of pistachio nuts. And this is not a measurement, I say 2 handfuls. And also pumpkin seeds, or also called pepitas. I put in a handful or 2 of those, so no measurement here. Sometimes you have leftover nuts. What a great way to make granola with. And then I need 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. There's 1. And there is 2. Then I need a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. And a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And here's my whole nutmeg. And I'm just going to put this right into the container by grating it with my microplaner. It has a very intense smell when you use fresh nutmeg, and it really makes the dish pop when you can use it in a dish. So that's really close. And then I need some ground cloves in here, which is about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. And if you want to make it really good, I always like to add something extra that nobody knows is in there to really make it good. And this is a tablespoon of flax seeds. And I'm going to add a tablespoon of chia seeds. Both of those are good. They have a lot of omega-3s in them. They have lots of vitamins and minerals in them and fiber. So I'm going to mix these all up together. And also you should have your oven preheating at 350 because we're going to be baking this granola. Okay, once you have those mixed up, you need to add 2/3 cup of melted coconut oil. Melted coconut oil will look like this when it's melted. When it's solid, it'll be white. And you can just melt it over the stove or melt it in the microwave. And I need 2/3 of a cup of this. And I need 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. And if you want it to come out a little bit faster, you could put your tablespoon under some running hot water and it'll make it come out. But I'm just using my mini spatula, and that works great too. Okay, there's a good old-fashioned maple syrup. And again, buy locally if you can. And now I need 3 tablespoons of molasses. And that's where the gingerbread flavor comes in. Because every batch of gingerbread has molasses in it. So I need 3 tablespoons of this. Kind of one of those things that it comes out slow, just like they say, slow as molasses. And not every measurement has to be exactly right. Even with the nuts, if you only have a handful of nuts left, just put those in. You could even use peanuts, cashews, whatever you happen to have. That's our last molasses. And now I'm going to add a teaspoon of real vanilla. And I use the double strength vanilla because it has much more flavor in it. So now I'm just going to mix these all up together, all those good ingredients. It's going to be kind of like a syrup. So what I'm going to do then is I'll pour it on top of the granola and I'll mix it up really well. But you can see it's turning a nice dark amber color. So that means it's really well and ready to be poured onto the oatmeal mixture with the nuts and the coconut. Get as much out as I can out of that. And then I just stir it up till everything's all coated. And you can see it's not too hard to do. It just takes a little bit of maneuvering around so you can get everything coated. And what's nice about his granola is that you can just make it, not just for the holidays, make it year round. When you buy it in the store, it's so expensive and it doesn't have nearly the same amount of goodness ingredients that you can use when you make it yourself. And you can see it's not hard to make. It doesn't take hardly any time. And you can keep it in your pantry for snacks all week long. Okay, now I have it all mixed. And I'm spreading it onto my nice rimmed cookie sheet. And this is a larger cookie sheet that I've lined with a Silpat mat. This is a great non-stick tool to have. If you don't have that, just lay it on top of parchment paper and that'll do the same trick. But it's one of my most favorite tools in the kitchen. It's great for, especially for cookies, anything that you have that might stick on a sheet. So now you can see it's all ready to pop in the oven. And all we have to do is just check this every 10 minutes in the oven, and about 20 to 30 minutes is what you need to have it. How to tell it's done is if it's nice and crispy and crunchy. So I'm going to put this in the oven and we're going to let this bake, and when we come back we're going to add it to some more gift giving. Our granola has cooled, and as you can see it's a nice golden color. Now when you're at this point, you can even dress it up a little bit more. And what I like to do is add some dried fruit, and for the holidays, and to make it more like a gingerbread, like their buttons, I'm adding some dried cranberries in it. And for a sweet tooth, add some chocolate chips that have colors in them. So here, these are like the Christmas colors plus the regular ones. So I add a couple of that. That's optional, but for the holidays, you want to make it a little bit more special. And then all you have to do is just mix everything all up. And then decide what kind of a container you're going to use. That's the hard part. If you're making a double or triple batch, I suggest putting them in a large mason jar because this can be reused over and over, and just slap on a little label on there and decorate it up however you want with ribbon or raffia. Then all you have to do is just use a funnel and fill your granola into a jar like that. If you want to make snack size jars, like for ice cream toppers, put them in the smaller jars and then put a little label on that says, use on top of ice cream. Or you could put it in a little bit larger jar like this and add to your oatmeal in the morning. Put a little label on there so you have an idea of what the person knows how to use it for. Or here's even a nice size to take for lunch for work too. And another thing that you can do is if you don't put the chocolates in there, I just sometimes eat this like cereal with milk in it, and you've got your own granola type cereal. Well, what else can you use granola for? My favorite is a granola parfait that is with Greek yogurt. So I layered the granola, Greek yogurt, granola, and with some of my homemade blueberry rhubarb jam. And that's a really good idea to pass along too for a gift. Once you have them all bagged up, you can also even use containers too. You can find recycled containers. Those are a great way to bag things up too. There's so many cute things on the market today that you have no excuse of trying to find what to put them into. But see how pretty that can look? And then you can put the recipe on top if you would like. You can also put it into decorative bags. And then if you put it in a decorative bag, put it in like a little bag, such like this, like a little sandwich bag, because that way it's ready to eat on the go. And then just put it in there and you're all set. If you're going to combine this with another gift, then you could also add more greenery to it. So I'm going to just take a piece that I have out here to show you what you can do. You can just take a little piece. This is arborvitae. You can just take that in there and stick that into your bag, and then you could tie it and you have a cute little gift package like that. It's really simple, it's really easy, and it's back to nature.